Stay tuned for the following episode of Daddy Pete's Plant Pleasure, our gardening videos. Today we're going to be showing you how to plant seeds, save some money on hanging baskets, and a bunch of other good stuff. Hi, I'm Melvin York with Daddy Pete's Plant Pleasure. Today on our video I'd like to show you a few ways that you can save money, make sure that you're getting good plants, and be honest, just be totally frugal with your gardening dollar. So what we're going to do today is, if you'll notice, we're going to plant some pumpkin seeds before we put them into the garden. And these seeds, if you'll notice, that I've saved, they were actually saved in 09. I'm going to show you some results in just a minute, some we've already planted. But if you look on most of your extension web pages, they do have a chart that shows you how long seeds are good for, how long you can save them. One thing I like to do with my seeds when they're dry, I like to slip them into a plastic bag like this, roll them over. I'll pop all the air out of them, sort of like this, seal them, and throw them in the freezer and forget them until I get ready to use them. Good way to storage things, so don't take up a lot of room. But these were packed and we saved in 2009. So what we're going to do here is, I've got a tray a little bit different from your regular tray. We're not going to be selling these 6-packs, so it does hold 36 holes. They're just a little bit deeper, and if you can look, a little bit bigger than a regular 6-pack. Now, we're going to use Daddy Pete's potting mix today to plant these seeds in. And I like using it or our Pete Light mix, either one works well. And just so happens that we were going to work with potting mix today, so you can use either one. Both of them work, like I say, works really well. The Daddy Pete's potting mix does have our composted cow manure mixed in it, where our Pete Light does not. It is a mix without compost. But today we've chose to use this. So we're going to get this one ready here. Kind of like you're making dough for a pie or something. Rub your hand over it, level it all out. And these seeds here, I do know we've used them, they're good, so we're only going to do one seed at a time. See the difference in the seed? One's a head and one's a stem. I like to plant that on the way down, okay? Very easy. Once you get to do it, you can see the difference. This would be the round part's the head, that's the seed part. The root's going to pop out of this way, okay? So the reason I leave them sticking up just a little bit is to make sure that I do have a seed in every hole. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Roll them just a minute. And you'll actually be able to feel them in your hand, which way that you go up and down. Not a problem. Again, you can see that that is the way it's down. This here is curved up. Okay, so we're just going to stick that in there, and that one there, and that one right here, and we'll have 36 plants. Now I want to show you in just a moment, we planted some yellow crookneck squash, we planted some cucumbers, and we planted some of these pumpkin seeds. And all these seeds that I planted were from 09, except the cucumbers were from 2010 that we'd saved here. And I like to save my own seed, that way I know that I do have it. And if you've bought seed lately, you know that's very expensive. So with a bag of Daddy Pete's, which is very inexpensive, you can do a lot of things with it. We're going to show you just a little bit out of that bag, how many things you can actually do with just one bag of Daddy Pete. And if you've looked at some of our other videos, you can tell what you can do with the bag as far as making it a raised bed garden. Now we did run across one seed here that's not savable. Okay, and you'll feel it in your hands as you're doing this. So it's really simple. Kind of got just a little bulge to them. If you get one that's plumb flat, then discard it. Okay, and there's the last one. Now we'll seal these up. Make sure that they're out of the way for now. And now, usually what I do is I just take my finger, and you don't want to go too deep. And we'll turn that up where you can see it in just a moment, because we loosely filled these cavities in this growing container or this tray. I like to just go through and just make sure that I've got that seed planted like that. It only takes a moment. Very easy to do. Don't want to go too deep with them this time of year because we're going to be growing these outside. And it's, let me grab just a little bit more of the potting mix. There. And all we want to do is give them a little light covering. Just like that. Kind of work it around with your hands. We've got the cow manure, we've got the aged pine bark fines, we've got perlite in this mix. We've got Canadian sphagnum peat moss, all to help hold some moisture. Now, and to end that off with, we'll just grab the hose and put it on a gentle spray. You don't want to wash your seed out. And just lightly take your time and water it in. Some people do water their soil, moisten it beforehand. With the Daddy Peats, I've always found that it's been moist in the bag. It works well, so I don't have to do that. Some peat mixes, you do have to moisten it before you even use it, and then it dries out. You will not find that with the Daddy Peats potting mix. Well, our cow manure helps aid in nutrients and holding water, so it works well. Now you can watch. See, as we got the water on there, you can see it going down. And I like to kind of wash the tray off a little bit. Make it look good. And there's our pumpkins. And Jay, if you would, hand me a tray of pumpkins there. Or we can just walk over to them. That'll be fine. Let's just walk over to this and we'll show you what we did with these. Jay, you want to take these? And they'll need another run. Thank you. Now last week, Jay and I, this is 1 week, 1 day's growth. These are the pumpkins, same seed here. We also planted some yellow crookneck squash. Look at those, aren't those really vibrant, gorgeous? And you have your first leaves that come out, as you can see here before they put on their second. Look at the size of these leaves and look at the stems. These are cucumbers, okay? Now all of these will be ready to transplant. And a lot of people say, okay, it looks like you're sweating, you're doing this here in July. Why did you plant all of this that we plant in spring and go to all this trouble? Well, pumpkins works real well. Most people want them for Halloween, they want them for Thanksgiving. And these will come on about the time that frost hits and they work real well. Cucumbers, we'll be able to get a tremendous amount of cucumbers and squash off of these before frost comes in this area. So this is our second planting. We'll also be getting things ready for our cold weather crops. We've got some cabbage that we've started that was sown. It's not all the way up yet. We've got some broccoli. We've got some spinach. All those are coming for the next few months. We'll have those done. So we want to make sure that you see how easy it is and how inexpensive to grow. Now, every one of these were grown in our Daddy Peats potting mix. And if you'll look, just tremendous. Look at the stems in here and the leaves. Aren't those gorgeous? Those are so, I mean, they are just dynamite. So all those are ready now for us to take. And if we put some of these, we'll probably put some of these in pots. We may do some straw bales. We may do in bags like we've done before. We may put some in our row garden. Again, same thing here, hanging baskets. Our pumpkins will go in our row garden. Okay? So that's one thing that we can do today. Well, let's do something else. You know how that we're trying to save you some money here. The one good way to do that is shop smart. So back when Impatiens came out, we bought a 6-pack, and they were $1.77 for a 6-pack. So we removed them from the 6-pack. We put them over into a 4-inch container, and you can see how much this has grown. Okay, we have $1.77, so now we have 6 of these. Most hanging baskets, and I save mine, you just need to clean them with, good thing to do is take just a little bit of bleach, Clorox, whatever, and a few tablespoonfuls for 5-gallon buckets. and redo your pots, and they work great. I always try to buy the baskets that's got the wire hangers. They last good for years and years. The ones with the plastic seem like they break, but these will work for good. You'll notice it also has a drainage in the bottom that I can turn and let those out. Okay? So I don't want water sitting in the bottom of my pot. Now, what we'll do is take, if you'll help me, we'll take some Daddy Pete's potting mix, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this one side of this basket loose. Fill me up a couple more containers, please, of potting mix. I'm just going to take that loose like so, which is not hard to do, and this makes it a little easier on potting. And we're just going to kind of pull that out of the way for now. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and put us in some potting mix. Which we may got just a little too much. Isn't that nice soil? Look at that. So it's got the water holding capabilities. It also has the drainage from the aged pine bark vine, the perlite, peat moss. It's just an amazing mix. Now, and you can see these have been grown in them, so it's nothing new. They're used to the mix they're going in. And look how much just one plant grown. So we're going to take 2 of these, and they will spread more. Look at that roots. Isn't that amazing? Look at that root system. Now what I want to do is I want to bust those roots up just a little bit. Okay? Because I want this plant to spread. And I'm going to pull him in here like that. Set him down. I'm going to pack a little around the front. Then we're going to take another one. Just kind of squeeze the sides. Be very careful with impatience because the stems do break. Look at the roots. Nice. And I'm going to pop them. Just a little on the bottom. Okay? Now, we're going to put this one in and just fill in the spaces. We don't want any dead air spaces because water will not get next to the roots and we could have the plant to die. So again, we want to lift it up, kind of just lightly pack it in. Then we're going to come back over, hook our wire back, like so. Which won't take but a second. There we go. And then we can kind of direct our plant just a little bit. We won't want to go out this way. And we can do that. Instead of $8 for a hanging basket, I saved my basket from last year, washed it, and I actually can do 2 more of these baskets for $1.77. And all I did was take a little bit of my leftover Daddy Pete's potting mix, put them into some pots that I'd used, washed out. These have been used for years, and you can tell there's wear on them, but they work well. Just rinse them in the bleach mixture, then wash them out, let them dry, and use your pots over and over again. So actually, do the math, I don't have 75 cents in my hanging basket. So it's a good way with Daddy Pete, even with the mix, or less than $1. So you can have hanging baskets growing everywhere, anything you want in them. So now, just to finish this off, and let everybody know that it's ready to go be hung, we're going to go down at the soil base, water it in good, give it one more check to make sure we don't have any open spaces, everything's looking good. And hanging back. Okay, we'll put that over again.